Recording in progress.
Oh,
All right, wait. Don't worry. We're just gonna record a little bit. Just get those Triscuits in there.
not a sponsorship.
Oh yeah.
Man,
So
Triscuit slap.
never mind. Bleep out the brand.
These sea salt wheat crackers rip.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna start it off. Both of us drinking water on this Super Bowl or whatever Sunday this is being recorded on.
AFC Championship Sunday. I think you mean AFC Championship 1997.
That's what's up.
Yo,
Wasn't even around.
you weren't alive in 97. We talked about that last show.
You know,
which
it's
we
fun.
recorded this morning.
You know what's funny is when I went back and re-edited that video, or like edit it for the first time, I still didn't understand what you were talking about.
Dude, it's not complicated. I was born in the year 1990, right?
1990. Okay.
So how old was I the year I was born?
You were 0.
What's the last number in the year 1990?
0.
Okay. What year? How old was I?
In 1991, you were 1.
What is the last number in 1991?
In 1. So in
okay.
So
now,
in 2000.
What year did I turn 9?
So in 2000, you were 10.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. So I get it. So 2022. So you're 32.
I'll be 32 in August.
Awesome. Okay. So
I'll
now
be 32
I get it.
next week because we're recording in August.
See, we should have done it in 10s. That's when I would have understood it. But anyways, welcome to
Wait. If we're gonna do like the pre-intro banter, I also want to refer to watching our previous episodes.
All right.
As you know, as our fan knows, shouts out to Renee.
She doesn't watch these.
Well, then I have bad news for us. I have a kid. People know that I have a newborn, and he and I were.
I don't have it set up because this last time. So this is my sound pad. This was fucking up on me, so I don't have any.
Dude,
I can just do some applause.
Yeah, that'll work. Applause is good. I had a kid. I have a newborn, and thank you. I did it myself. And we're up late. So I put on. I've been playing out of type and watching a lot of YouTube. You know, like I don't want to commit to a movie.
Right.
But TV shows don't interest me, so I'll just throw on YouTube and hope the related videos are cool enough.
Just vibe off the algorithm.
Yeah, and at some point I got into previous episodes of Show and Tell with Tone and Tone, and I guess like Rachel emerged from her slumber. DJ Miss Rachel emerged from her slumber and like just caught me and baby Ben just ugly ass asleep on the couch. And I was like, "Oh, did you see we were watching the pod?" And she was like, "Yeah, it looked like it was really entertaining." You know, I'm just like out on the couch,
that kind of sleeping where you got like the drool dripping down your chin. You and Ben both got.
Like my drool like entered into the ravine of his drool. It was like it was really beautiful in a sense, but it wasn't like the best review of the show and tell pod.
That would have been so funny if she took a picture. We could have just put that right on the Instagram. That would have been like.
We have an Instagram?
I think so. I thought or maybe I didn't set
we
it
have
up.
We have a Twitter.
I know we have a Twitter. Let's plug the Twitter right here.
Show and Tell Pod 2.
Boom, boom, boom.
Show and Tell Pod 1 or Show and Tell Pod. Kill them and give us the username.
Did we ever decide on intro music for this show? I don't think so. No, it's on my whiteboard of things to do.
Yeah.
So let's just start the show. I'm gonna hit this. And then whatever I find for intro music will be it. So.
Oh, we're supposed to pretend it's playing.
Yeah, I liked.
It's the Show and Tell Pod with Tone and Tone. Don't ever feel like you're alone. When Tone and Tone are in the zone, you'll feel right at home.
It's gonna be Sesame Street-esque.
Yeah, good.
So
That's
yeah,
compatible with our biggest viewer base, which I guess is Ben.
hell yeah. Well, for what you guys were awake for. Right now,
We got pretty deep into the dessert episode
right
before I crapped out.
right now we have just like we have just shown our cards that our viewers are you, me, and Ben. And you and me, dude.
Like our significant others don't even watch the shit. That's hilarious. Like we can't even be like, oh yeah, Rachel and Renee love it.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days after we get them on. But anyways, we are here for part 2 of the show and tell. So we have the Music Man himself. Well, first off, welcome to Show and Tell with Tone and Tone. I am Tone.
I'm Tone.
And we're here to show and tell our music. If you remember from the last episode, I talked about the vinyls that I had recently copped because my man's over here gave me the idea because he had just copped it was some White Stripes album. And then you were going to show me, and that's where we are. So lead away.
Well, all right. So first of all, I want to say it's funny that you went long on Childish Gambino and like delayed my show and tell session because that allowed the show and tell session to become a little more interesting. Because what I was going to show was the brand new single by Jack White, formerly of the White Stripes.
Oh,
and
sorry.
This single, that's all good. And this single is it's kind of a double side A single. It's also very pretty. It's colorful. This has Taking Me Back on the A side, and then the acoustic version of Taking Me Back, which is called Taking Me Back Gently, on the B side. And this is like a cool single for a lot of reasons, but the primary reason is that in mid-November, Jack White announced that in 2022 he was going to put out not one but 2 new albums, and one of them was going to be kind of like a heavy-duty guitar rock album, and the other was going to be kind of a mellower acoustic vibe. So this single is the first single from both his albums. And it's got like a track from each.
So I get what you're saying, where it's kind of a double A side.
Right, because they're both album tracks. They're just from different albums. So that's what I was going to show when we recorded the CG episode. Literally yesterday, okay? Literally yesterday, my man, the MF, put out another double single from his upcoming 2 new albums that me and a buddy got up early and went down to Third Man Records, Cass Corridor to cop. This one is also like the sort of pretty colorful the kind of 3 color scheme. You got the like blue, the black, and the yellow. Older versions of these are not transparent. That's kind of new for these albums. And I'm gonna show what the old ones look like. I got them in the back.
Oh hell yeah!
But this is sick. This one is sick because this has.
So is that sort of like the other one where it's a double A side?
Exactly. So on this, and it's interesting because on Taking Me Back, the like guitar song is first and the mellow song is second. On this one, the single is called Love Is Selfish. Yeah. And that's like this very timid, like kind of bubblegum pop acoustic jam. And then the B side is 1 minute and 59 seconds of absolute holy shit guitar music. And that's called Fear of the Dawn. And that's actually the title track of the first of the 2 Jack White albums that are coming out this year.
So they're not the same song. Or they are.
This one they are not the same song.
Gotcha.
So
but it's 2 singles. It's not
exactly.
It's not an A and a B side. It's 2 A sides. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Love Is Selfish is a single from the acoustic album that's coming out in July. That's called Entering Heaven Alive. And Fear of the Dawn, which is the B side, is the title track from Fear of the Dawn, which is the like guitar album that comes out in April.
That's extremely complicated, but I fuck with that. That's sick.
Yeah, they the whole thing with Jack White and the vinyl shit, right, is that he when they came out like okay, so like Third Man Records has been a thing as long as Jack White's been a famous musician. So like late 90s. Yes.
Is Jack White from Detroit, Michigan?
Yeah, he grew up on Ferdinand Street in Southwest.
Oh, that's what's up. Because my buddy was
Yeah.
just here, and I was telling him that we were gonna do the pod, and I was
Nice.
like, "Yeah, I know he's gonna talk about some Jack White record," and then he's like, "I want to say he's from Detroit," so
Yeah, big
I
time.
meant to ask you to confirm. So okay,
Yeah, he is a Detroit guy. He I think most people know Jack White from his band the White Stripes, who were like a prominent fixture in the Detroit garage rock scene in the 90s and early thousands. And then they kind of dissolved. Jack White was in another band called the Raconteurs. They have that song "Steady as She Goes," which I think is like a pretty well-known song. I apparently not. People that listen to alternative rock radio know it.
I was gonna say for a different genre, I'm sure they know, but
Right.
if it's not '90s to now hip hop, it's over
You
my
gotta
head.
you gotta diversify the palette, but that's another episode for another time.
So that's what I was gonna say. Sort of at the end of this episode, since you were gonna go off about Jack White, I was gonna ask you for a couple of tracks to get started, so I can, because I'm gonna sit here and listen to you all day, but I want to appreciate what you're talking about.
Well, not an ad, but I'll send you a playlist on Tidal.
Now I finally have gotten through the Jay-Z
playlist
after years and years
Dude.
of trying. Like now I fuck with it.
Brooklyn Gospel, baby.
Hell yeah! So
It's one of my finest playlists.
So you send me a playlist, it's gonna get listened to.
Yes. Good. I'm happy to be an evangelist for Jack White. I love this dude. So I mean, obviously I'm going to talk more about Jack White, but my show and tell are these two goofy little singles.
That's really dope though.
It's fun. I like these because like the songs are great. Just straight up, like the songs are great. But then like the sort of like kind of arts and crafts novelty aspect, it's like the object of the music is kind of as interesting as the music itself. And like, in the single for Taking Me Back, like there's this little postcard with I don't even know who this dude is. I think Tesla maybe. And then on the back of the postcard, is like the lyrics to the song. Whereas cool. On Love Is Selfish, like on the back, you kind of have this top half with the lyrics to Love Is Selfish, and then the bottom half has this like Nosferatu looking demon on it, and it's just it just kind of makes it fun, like
because it's more of an experience. Like it's not an artist uploading to Tidal or Apple Music or Spotify. It's a whole which we all know which Spotify. One Tidal. But it's a whole thing for you to get it. That's so cool. That's why I like now that I can get vinyl.
Right.
I appreciate it. It's because it's a whole thing.
I mean, so when I was your age, I was like very, very big into vinyl. I was so into vinyl that when I moved from California, I took my record collection with me, which highly difficult maneuver. Luckily, a buddy of mine, he and his mom were moving to California, and they moved like 2 months before I did, and they have a boat. So they said, well, we can put your record shit in our boat and drive it to California, and then you can come pick it up when you live there. And that seemed reasonable to me when I was like 21 years old. So I it's like cool to have. It's like grotesquely inconvenient having moved like across the country twice with a record collection, having moved like apartment to apartment and into the house.
Now
like
into a house.
It sucks. Having a record collection sucks. So I've become like a lot more picky about like records that I have and what I do with them, because not everything sounds better on vinyl. Like there's some records that you don't want, but I want to show you a few examples here.
So look, wait, before you do this, cut the video on your laptop.
Got it.
Yeah, okay, it worked. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see.
Okay. Are you getting audio from anywhere?
It says Anthony DeGeneres is talking.
I'm gonna
assume
mute.
so. All right, wait. Say something.
All right, edit this.
Okay, cool. This is our jumping in point.
Okay, so like here are a couple examples of records that are worth having, in my opinion. So like this is an alternative cover art for his second album, Lazaretto, and then like here's the sort of insider fan club like blue and white split LP. That's alternative album art for his third album, Boarding House Reach. And like, this is a variant of his first album, Blunderbuss. So like, these play identical,
Right.
but look way cool. So I wanted to put these up on the wall. Let's go over here.
Oh, yeah.
So here are what the old singles look like. They're not really translucent.
Right.
But they still have that like blue, white, and black. And you can see here, one cool thing about Jack White singles is that the art
they all go together.
Forms a mural.
Oh, that's so
actually
sick.
Let me come back here. This is bad content, but like let me show you. So
oh shit, even like the newer
2018.
Yeah.
This is from this year, and look how they like build onto each other.
Oh, that's so sick.
Right? And then
that's so
even
cool.
even these two also sync up. Like you can't see it super well, but like
that's
the top of this moon comes into the bottom there.
Oh, that's so sick.
That's something neat. So here's my Jack White shelf.
Oh, he's got a whole shelf.
And a lot of these records are like either variant colors or new album art.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these are like fan club exclusives.
So are you live albums. Are you on like an email list, like a full on fan club?
Yeah, there's a subscription that he does, and if you're a subscriber, you get. Whoa!
Oh my god!
Hold on, we're gonna do a cut. We'll do a cut here.
And and he's back.
Did that work?
Yeah, it worked.
That was worth it.
That was totally worth it.
Okay, so we can jump in when you say, is there a subscription service?
Oh, you want to edit it? You want to edit it real nice? Okay.
Yeah, that was messy. Yeah, so there is a subscription service. It's called The Vault, and being in The Vault, it's like a quarterly package where you get like an album, like a 12-inch record, a 7-inch record, and then some piece of ephemera. Gotcha. So like, here's an example. The most recent Vault package came with a White Stripes live album that they recorded, and the only place to get it is the Vault. You can't go buy this at the store.
Right.
It was a concert that they performed in the lobby at the DIA Museum, the Detroit Institute of Art Museum, in like 2002 or something, and it was a legendary show. Obviously, I wasn't there because I was 12 years old in 2002, which because of there you go, doing the algorithm. Yeah. So you got like the double live album, and then it came with a bunch of like high quality frameable pictures from the show.
That's
and a DVD of the show.
Oh, so like, sick! So you got a whole audio video visual. That's what I was trying to say.
You're looking for the word you're looking for is visual.
Audio visual experience.
Yeah, and like something like that, it's cool because it's like a piece of history. And I think like at this point there are more fans of Jack White and the White Stripes who were like not heads when the White Stripes were a band. So I think for more people than not, they're like this piece of history. So it's cool to like hold a vinyl record that is in of itself a piece of history, and then like have it document a moment in history. So I think that is so cool. Like the care and attention that like goes into the art, like the physical art of this stuff, like not even talking about like, the like album do the cover. Songs rip, but like here's an example. This is when you get those tricolor records, they come with these little yellow tags that just has the art, that has the artist's name and then the two songs. And this is a jukebox tag. So
Oh
if you go,
shit.
so like if you're at a bar that has a jukebox, you'll notice like in the place where you push the button to pick the song,
It's got that.
this is what's in the button. So they
Oh,
like,
that's
even though
what's
they know that,
up.
like, who owns a jukebox? Like, I don't own a jukebox.
Right.
It'd be sick if I own a jukebox, but like, they put the little jukebox tags in it, and it's just kind of like
It shows
a
that
really
like attention to
right.
how many different ways you can enjoy it.
Exactly. And I've become like a lot more practical in the way I feel about this in my old age. I used to be like a vinyl only guy. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm like not a vinyl only guy. I in fact, I don't know how much time we have, but I'm starting to like slide into CDs. Like I'm going back into CDs because I'm like in the car a lot. And the thing is, like, you just kind of got the tour of my little home office with like my 30 Jack White posters in my record collection. Like, I'm not like, there's not room for Ben in here, so I'm not in here a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I do the bulk of my listening like in the car, or like,
I really miss having a CD player in my car because right now my
oh
record
no.
player has a CD player built into it. But like I don't listen to CDs or anything in the car because I just listen to everything on my phone.
Well,
And
I don't want to dox you, but you're also like probably not in the car that often because of where you live and the way you live your life, right? Like,
yeah, like
you don't have like a 20-minute drive to work. Like, you take the bus or whatever.
I mean, I when I go to my boss's, I have like a 35-minute drive, but like
Nice.
that's still not all the time. So
Yeah.
I miss like fanning through my
Yeah, dude.
CD thing. Like,
I just got most so far anyway. Most no, second most unexpected purchase of 2022, a 72 CD capacity CD wallet.
what was the first unexpected?
Uh this weekend my father-in-law and I bought a dehumidifier for the basement. And
Dehumidifiers are very important.
dude, well, and I'm this bad luck basement.
I know
You've heard.
the shithole basement.
In fact, I think this podcast was born while I was mopping up the basement.
I really think it was. I think weren't we? Oh my god, yeah, we were talking about it while you were. Oh my god,
Literally, I was toweling rainwater off of my baseboards when you were like, dude, maybe now isn't the right time, but we should do a pod.
should we do a podcast?
RIP to your floors, but like, bro, let's do a pod.
Bro, this whole owning a house thing fucking sucks, but like, would you want to talk about it on a podcast?
Like, of course I would. I'll talk about it all day on a podcast. So I don't know. I wanna bring it home. I love vinyl. I collect vinyl. For me, it used to be like I used to be like anti-streaming because they don't pay the artists, and that's still true. I still feel that way, but
Yeah.
like I feel that way differently. Like I felt like it gave me street cred to like, have a record, whereas that meant I like the artist more.
Yeah.
And now I don't really care how other people feel about the artists I like.
You were soft core gatekeeping.
I was hardcore gatekeeping. I'll own that shit. But like, now I'm just like,
Who gives a fuck?
I'm like, my love of Jack White goes so deep that like I want to have a thing that I can hold in my hand and look at and like interact with while I'm consuming his music. But like,
See, and I wish more artists put that kind of care and attention into it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I have a few artists that I would do that for, but like
well, you're doing it with the alternative Marvel covers. So you're totally.
So sorry.
I think it's
sorry
no.
to cut you.
Well, that's. I'm glad you did, because I think like it's really important to remember that like, I'm gonna. This is gonna be like an object that I love and cherish forever, hopefully. But like, I didn't need to go like stand outside the record store in Detroit yesterday in like the 18-degree weather to like enjoy these songs,
Right.
And I'll to prove that point, let me tell a little sentimental story here. Like okay. Like, this thing is gorgeous and I love it, and I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna take it out and look at it. Like, it's not gonna just sit and collect dust. Like, I'm gonna enjoy this thing. But to me, what's the most special thing about this object, not to get mushy, is like not the object itself, but every time I pick it up, I'm going to remember Love is Selfish is the first new Jack White song that came out while Ben was alive.
No,
And
that's
he,
so.
I was,
Oh.
and I was like awake with him at midnight when the track dropped, and he was sleeping like an absolute peach. And as soon as I hit play on the track, he woke up screaming murder. And it's like, this object is cool, but I only like this object because it's a time machine.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit about it, really.
Right.
I like that makes total.
That makes total sense, because what's funny that you say that is, a couple of days ago I went back and listened to the Tyler the Creator album, the most recent.
Which one?
Absolutely. Call Me If You Get Lost.
Damn, I'm at it.
Yeah.
I'm a dad now. I'm not up on the hippie hop.
So
yes, I am. I'm totally.
So this album is the first Tyler the Creator album I've listened to in a while, because he was kind of like Gambino. Like I wasn't really digging the whole singing part. Like, I want to hear you rap.
Right.
And so this album, he starts to rap again. So I was like, okay, sweet.
Oh, that's interesting.
But listening to it again, I was like, man, I haven't listened to Tyler the Creator since, I don't know. So I'm going back through his discography, and I was just picking out albums to like listen to, and I just listened to Cherry Bomb. Weird album. Super
underrated album.
But
really good album.
I listened to one of those songs and I was like, man, I really love this album. Why don't I listen to it? And then I loaded up the dark stains of Lakeitha or something like that.
Yeah.
And it like immediately flashed me back to
you the motherfucking man, right? That's
right. And it immediately flashed me back to like riding in the car with my brothers and us just screaming this song because it's so ignorant and stupid. And I'm like,
yeah, stupid is a good way to describe that song.
So I get what
I love it.
Oh, such a great. Honestly, that whole album was great. But
dude, I really, really underrated. I think like he hit some. Okay, so can I tell my Cherry Bomb story?
Yeah, tell your Cherry Bomb story.
So that came out during my gap year between grad school and teaching. So I was like the sad old head working at the like neighborhood restaurant with all the high school kids, which you've heard like a million stories out of that scene. So I'll skip like the setup. So like there are these two kids that work there, Tom and Ross, and they were like in a band, and they were like
you okay?
Yeah, I just got a thing that said the meeting has been upgraded, and are we good?
Yeah, I mean, we're all good on my end. Oh yeah, because we just passed 30 minutes, so maybe we should wrap this up soon. But tell your story.
Okay, I'll tell it quick, and if we lose it, so be it. So Tom and Ross were like cool indie rock guys in high school. So like they listened to like their parents like classic rock albums, but they also like fucked with Wu-Tang and shit.
Yeah.
And they were really into rap music. And in summer 2015, as you may or may not recall, the NWA biopic came out. So I was heavy into hip hop that year. And there was a racist dishwasher. And when I was the chef of the day, when you're in a restaurant, when you're in the kitchen, the chef calls the ball. So whenever Little Miss Bigot would come through, I would put on Straight Outta Compton and like troll her.
Crazy motherfucking name Tony.
Yeah, right. And I would essentially like dirty dishes on purpose and then go like spit easy bars. Like clean this fucking pan. I go the hard way out, So Tyler the Creator did a tour of Cherry Bomb, and that got heavy play in the kitchen. Because I liked it a lot. And Tom and Ross came up to me after their shift one day, and we had this like routine. And both of them kind of, but Tom especially, like Tom was a smoker, so we would go out back. I'd lock up the kitchen and like I'd hang out with them while they smoked. and then they would get in their car and drive home, and I would ride my bike home, which is a whole years of what's it called, therapy will not explain to me how that damaged my like ego. But I would hang out with them while they like smoked, and then they would pull out like the Axe body spray so their moms don't catch them. And I'd be like, dude, I'm like 25. This sucks.
Burning donuts. They're fucking screeching that shit while you're on your bike.
So we're out there and, just shooting the shit, like talking trash about the boss and, how funny it was that we stole a bunch of money from the register that, so, we're out there, we're chilling. And then kind of out of nowhere, Tom was like, hey, Tony, can we ask you something? I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Oh, God.
What? Yeah. Tom or Ross, whatever, asked me away. And they're like, okay, so like we know that we're like 17 and you're like a man, but we think you're the man. Would you want to come with us to see Tyler the Creator in Cleveland? And I was like, yeah. I was like, you guys have to drive though. So Cleveland is like an hour away from Youngstown. So we we're like 7 high school students and knee deep in like this kid's Camry. We drive up to Cleveland. We saw the Tyler the Creator show. It was bonkers. The real highlight of the show, there were 2 highlights of the show. There was the faces of the children Tyler the Creator fans around us watching me go note for note on hard. Yonkers. And then the look on Tom and like the look on Tom and Ross's face when I emerged from the like mosh pit, having gone longer and harder than them during Death Camp.
Oh shit! I listened to Death Camp on the way back, literally walking up to my apartment, and I was tired. I was like, "Holy shit!" I forgot how fucking hard this
underrated album.
Very underrated, and that reminds me so much of my Tyler the Creator story.
Let's hear it. I love that the Jack White episode became the Tyler the Creator episode.
Okay, so yeah, I'll tell it real quick because I don't know how long until they kick us out. What did it say? Did it say 45 minutes?
It didn't give a time, so I guess let's just grind.
Okay, so we're gonna try, and if it gets cut off, we'll pick it up in the next episode because this episode should have ended, but whatever. So the Cherry Bomb tour was that ASAP Rocky and Tyler the Creator tour, or was it not?
Dude, yes.
So when you went to Cleveland, did you see ASAP and Tyler, or just Tyler?
No, it was the Cleveland show was just a Tyler headlining show. Okay. And it was like the Cherry Bomb tour, whereas the ASAP Rocky show was like, if I remember correctly, I don't remember the name, but it had some kind of cutesy name, and it was like about like the 2 dudes.
Yeah, tour I think it was the Wang Sap tour or some shit like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Golf
and just
so, anyways,
Wang Sap.
I don't, Golf Wang and ASAP.
I know.
Oh yeah,
I just don't say it out loud a lot.
Wang.
They were at Freedom Hill, right?
I don't know.
Or were they down by the river?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Were they at that pavilion right on the Detroit River, or were they at Freedom Hill?
No, they were at DTE.
No, they weren't.
I swear
to God. Shut up, really?
I swear to God.
Which, by the way, is now back to its original name, Pine Knob.
I was gonna say now it's Pine Knob. Okay, I don't think I have enough time to tell this story, so let's cut.
Tell the note. Give the notes.
So the highlights. It was the Tyler the Creator because it's so worth it's worth it because it was my first concert. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
So man, okay, so we might just have to save that for like a whole other episode.
Yeah, so it's it was.
Here, can I say one thing to try to like connect the dots? I'm gonna find the clip and we're gonna put it on the Twitter at Show and Tell Pod 2. In 2015, Tyler the Creator was touring Cherry Bomb. Jack White was touring his second album, Lazaretto. They both played at Coachella that year. They had conflicting time slots. and there's a video of Tyler the Creator, like, you know, his set, and you can hear Jack White playing like sounds from his set, like coming across the polo fields. And Tyler the Creator is like, and yeah, I mean, you know how like deep his voice is, and he's just like being really, so he's just like, hey, yo. I'm not gonna do it, but he's like, is that motherfucking Jack White? And you just hear like the children, Tyler the Creator fans, be like, boo, he sucks, guitars are lame, and Tyler the Creator's just like, no, don't boo, Jack White's fucking awesome. And he like shouts out my all-time favorite Jack White song, and I'm like, what?
Find that clip in the Twitter. We're gonna end this before we run out. This has been Show and Tell with Tone and Tone. Check the next episode. I'm Tone. Check the next episode because we don't have a topic yet. We're gonna roll for it.
Next time on Tone and Tone.
Oh wait. Oh man, that was not what I wanted. Shit. Well, we have to end on that.
Yes.